Spyder's back! It's been a month. Said I was coming back. I promised Chris, who I want to have a shout out to, new subscriber. Thank you, Chris. He said he loves my show. That makes me feel, that's very, very kind of you, Chris from Toronto, and he's going to tell other CFL fans about my podcast, Spyder CFL Red Zone Rules podcast. Thank you, Chris. And thanks for the comment, James, as well. I'm going to start, please, make comments, okay, and subscribe, please, because I never ask people to subscribe, but please subscribe. Like I said I was going to do off my Art of the Spyder, Wild Spiders CD I did in my late 40s. I was going to play a song, and now I got things set up. I think, I hope it'll play. Will it play? It better play. There we go, first glitch. Anyway, I'll talk to you as this is going to be oh gosh, alright. I should have got queued up, I'm sorry. You can hear it, but I did something. Okay, well, I'll talk to you. This set's going to be, okay, the new commissioner, Johnson, Stuart Johnson, what he's going to do. He used to run the TSN, you know, sports, and here we go.
It's so easy to complain.
There it is. That's what life's all about. Little
Woman's driving me insane.
Think I'd step out in the rain.
It's always me
Who she blames.
that Dolly is down. We had no kids, I'm
Not
not
so down. Here we go. Probably travel
California bound.
California bound. Well, it's good.
Time I get my feet
Feet back on the ground. Chorus. Here we go.
if you walk out that
Door.
I will see you no
More.
and I don't know what to
Say.
I just gotta get
Way. That is all. That is all I have to say. And that's chorus. Think about that's what life's all about.
cruising on the highway, heading
I'm
south.
heading south.
Singing to Tuesday
Get
again.
sore throat.
When I get there, they can
Buy me a bowl. I haven't sang this for a long time. My own
Why
song.
not? That's what
Life's
life's
all about. There you go. There's it. Here you go.
I didn't need
That aggravation. Think I'd take myself a vacation. Everybody needs to do that. Partying day and night. Living on my boat.
Take midnight.
Yeah. In the moonlight. Here you go. Woohoo! Woo!
Life is meant
Anyway, check it out. You'll hear the chorus, which is that's what life's all about. That part. It's a good hook. I wrote that song when a friends of mine brought a couple from the valley here around the pool, right? And they were arguing, fighting, and so, you know, a lot of this, the lyrics were, you know, like they're drinking and they weren't too happy together. I guess they're going to break up or something. He said, all I want to do is get out of here. I'm going to get on in my car and drive to California, buy a boat, live in my boat. And he says, isn't that what life's all about? And I just thought I'd write it. Anyway, it's sort of like I use my voice differently, and it's sort of like a country rock song, you know. I always thought Jimmy Buffett would like, I could have got that to him. I think he would have been interested in recording it. Anyway, check it out on my This is my Spyder's, okay, or Wild Spyder. That's my artist name. Art of the Spyder CD. It's all up on YouTube, all of it, just under Wild Spyder. That's WILDE, Spyder, like Osterwild. Check it out. All the songs are there, and there's a few bonus songs too. And check out That's What Life's All About. I'm going to play a song each day. I mean, sorry, not each day. Each session when I come back. I'm going to start coming back more sessions now because CFL season, like believe it or not, training camp is just around the corner. May 11th. Imagine the rookie camp. Imagine, unbelievable. So what I got now set up. I changed because now what I can do, see?
All the artwork was shot in here.
So I can, that was last week's, right? And I can just put it up there. You know, that was last week's video, okay, on super overrated, last month, sorry, super overrated, super overhyped NFL outdoor arena football, bore, crap, bull, 4-down game. I'm talking about their super bore, okay? Anyway, it'll be fun. It's fun, you know. They do have a little different. That's, you know, it's not all what they're using with a green screen and all this fake stuff, but you know they're putting graphics up. And that's good for them. That's their technology. I like the old technology. I tell you, I like the monitor. I don't think I'm not sure. I want to check it out with the new digital cameras that you can actually run a video jack cord from your camera to the monitor, because I need the monitor to know that, you know, I'm being recorded, it's running, and I can see the quality picture. And by the way, sorry about the quality picture that when I was 49 when I did that album, because I try to adjust the color and it changes every image, you know, it changes. So it was more magenta, more pink, and that's not bad. I mean, that video picture there, my last video. Anyway, we're 7 minutes in, I'm wasting my time talking about this. Anyway, sorry about that. Anyway, what we're going to talk about is Stuart Johnson, new commissioner, okay? And if I don't finish it up in here, I'll overlap it in my next video because I got another one back to back here coming, which I always do, too. Okay, so Stephen Johnson worked for TSN. He was head of, you know, like Glenn Souther and all of them were his boss, really, you know? And he was a guy that, you know, a guy responsible for NFL football, which they dominate, you know, the TSN. It dominates the CFL now. I mean, they even put the CFL on not the main channels now, just for NFL. It's unbelievable when it starts in September. And they just dominate. It's just all NFL. They sort of bury the CFL when the NFL season starts, you know. And that's the problem. Like he's moving over probably because he sees that TSN may not even be in business, and that's funny because they think they're saying they're up for sale and they want to get out of the sports business. They lost a TV contract. They got a little bit of it from sports and just signed another big billion-dollar deal. Multi-billion-dollar deal, and so I think they want to get out. So he probably wants to get out too. But the thing is, CFL needs a TV contract. If they don't have a TV contract, the CFL will fold. They may fold anyway, because if he doesn't make necessary changes, and if he's a woke leftist, radical leftist, liberal like Race Card and Bozy, we're finished. We're finished. And if he's so biased, Canadian, he is Canadian, and he never played as a Canadian racial, guaranteed racial player like Ambrosi did. But if he's in bed with the Canadian players, and he's just like and Bozy and Rosie, that you're fired. Get out of here. Kick his ass out of here. And Brozy, thank God. But if he's the same, we're finished. You know, he may be able to get a TSN contract, but are they going to sell and get out? I mean, the CFL's in real trouble because that's coming up in 2 years. If TSN sells or folds, Sportsnet can't take on CFL football. They haven't got enough room. They got the Blue Jays. They got, you know, like they haven't got enough room. They got all the NHL hockey. They got all, you know, Major League Baseball and so forth. They're becoming quite an empire, and they may buy TSN, you know. Like, I don't know what's going to happen with the CFL, but let's get back to the Stewart, okay? Johnson, Mr. Johnson, as the new commissioner, being sworn in April 24th. And Brosey, you're out in your ass! You should have been out in the ass a long time ago. You never should have been fired because you belong to the Canadian Players Association, and tried to take the owners to court. And when they wanted to allow the best available players to play like every other professional sports league, successful professional sports league, unlike the CFL, who wants to, not allow the best available players to play because they're so political, just like Randy and Brosey, leftists, and they want the Canadian players and their association, where they had the majority vote, to dominate and run the CFL into the ground, which they're doing. But yet, hey, they want a one-year contract because they're just using the CFL, and they all want to go to the NFL. And there's 36 players, top Canadian players now playing in the NFL and counting. And now the quarterbacks, Canadian quarterbacks, are going to be drafted down there. I mean, come on, get rid of the Canadian ratio, handcuffing, dictating Canadian ratio. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. And Johnson, if you got no balls to do it, you shouldn't have been hired, because you're going to be just like Brosey. Oh, you think you can get a TSN deal? Is that it? Is that it? Is all you got to do? Because if you don't get one of the one-year contracts, you're as bad as Brosey, because he's the one that wanted them for the Canadian players who want to go to the NFL even more than the American players, for God's sakes. Come on. The CFL, come on, you see the movement? The free agent, 36 players, that's on an average per team. Some had 40. Every team, the whole team changes. You can never sell a sweater. There's no continuity. The team, imagine if NHL teams do that every year, completely change their roster, and they're playing like gone, completely new team. When they won the Stanley Cup, in this case, if a Grey Cup team wins a Grey Cup, like they change their whole team. Are you kidding me? But their quarterback they got back, who wanted to go to the NFL, and the one-year contracts are worse than just what they say, because there's basically no contract. So the quarterbacks and all CFL players, American, Canadian, can get out of there after one. There's no contract. Doesn't matter if you sign a 2 or 3 year contract. There's no contract. They can go to the NFL. That's like Mark Cohen. And by the way, Johnson's not going to be Mark Cohen. Someone said on the podcast, Third Down Gamble, whatever. If he's like a Mark Cohen who was very popular, he's going to do well. Well, I don't think he's going to be like Mark Cohen. There was only one Mark Cohen, and he was very unbiased. And so, like, this guy's just going to be a yes man, I think. And the owner's got to smarten up, because if they think that they're going to allow one-year contracts where all their quarterbacks can get out, leave in 1 year and go to the NFL, and all NFL players, American and Canadian, can all go to the NFL. They have basically no contracts. And if they think that's going to sell CFL 3-down football, and they think the Canadian ratio is going to sell CFL 3-down football, where coaches and GMs are handcuffed there and they basically dictate it to who they have to play and start, because they have to have half or more of the roster guaranteed Canadian, even if they're not good enough and no business being on the CFL field. And that's why the product's so watered down, the quality of play on the CFL field's so terrible, and why the games, the teams are so uncompetitive. So that's why the games, like, you get teams that win 2-4 games a year, because you can't have a Canadian ratio. You can't have it. And a guaranteed, that Taylor said, not Taylor, but Naylor, rhymes, okay? It's 7 starters. It's not 7 starters, it's 8 starters. Read the CFL rules. And Brosey, and in bed with the Canadian players, changed it to 8 Canadian guaranteed starting spots. Okay? And they want 10. Like, come on. They make it the Canadian Amateur Football League, and look, like, don't anybody go. Seriously. Seriously. I mean, this is how bad it's become. We want the best players on the field. We don't care what they are. We don't care where they're from. We want the best players in every position playing in the CFL game for an entire game. And, okay? Just like every other professional sports league can and are doing, and they're successful. That's why the CFL, you see all the empty seats. Oh, the Bombers made $7 million. Whoop we do. There's the only team in the league that draws a good attendance and fills their stadium. The only one. Come on. listen, Johnson, I hope you watch my podcast and you're listening. The 1-year contract's got to go, and you got to have 2 to 3 year guaranteed. The contracts have to be honored. Honored. CFL owners, you have any brains? It's common sense. Same with the 1-year contracts. It's common sense. You clowns. What do you want to do? Keep losing millions and millions of dollars? You start using your brain in stereo, both sides of your brain in stereo. Common sense in stereo, both sides of your brain. You bunch of clowns. I don't care. Ignore my CFL red zone rule. Well, yeah, it's another thing. That hash mark rule, Johnson, has to go. And bring in my CFL red zone rule. And by the way, when you become commissioner, I'll give you a few weeks, but you're going to receive my presentation that Ambrosi said he was going to present. Right here it is. This is it, the latest one. That's up my Spyder CFL Red Zone Rule Facebook page that you can find. And I'm going to send a copy to him and in mail, and then I'm going to send him an email. Double whammy. And I'll tell you one thing: if he ignores it and doesn't get back to me on it, and really puts emphasis on it, and really focuses on all the 10 super compelling key selling features and benefits, and all the justifiable advantages of adopting, not only from the entertainment value side of my CFO of my Spyder CFL Red Zone rule, but from the business side as well, and the 18% guarantee. Imagine that. Okay, at a 54%, which is what they're about averaging now in the red zone. Okay, with my Spyder CFL Red Zone rule, if the third down is needed, imagine another 50 touchdowns scored in the red zone, okay, amongst 9 CFL teams in a regular CFL season with my Spyder CFL Red Zone rule. Guaranteed at 18%. 50 more touchdowns, imagine. So he better, listen, they're powerful. What my CFL Red Zone will do will make our game so much more entertaining and full of drama and so much more exciting, and it will be the biggest and the most entertaining, most exciting, most dramatic, most innovative, and the most significant new rule ever adopted by the CFL in the history of the CFL, and probably all CFL. Probably in all of professional football. Okay, that's quite a. I had to take a breath to get all that in. Okay, sorry about that, but I'm very passionate about it, as you see, and I'm like everybody that I surveyed are all sold on it and want it made part of our CFL 3-down game. They're blown away by it. And Steve Armitage says it's brilliant. Okay, Fire and Logie endorsed it. Said he would, if it was a vote, he would vote to have it made part of a CFL 3-down game. Rob Vanstone, a legend sports writer and author of the Grey Cup, the famous Grey Cup game in 1984, I believe. Yeah, the Sky Dome, Tiger Cats and the Saskatchewan Roughriders won the last field goal. He wrote that book, and he was an icon, a real legend sports writer with the Leader Post, John Redondo, Leader Post, and he endorsed my CFL Red Zone rule, and he said that Spyder, the CFL, couldn't written a better script for my Spyder CFL Red Zone rule in 2021 season, okay, to prove why it should be made part of a CFL 3-down game. So you get endorsements like that, and Steve Armitage, I mean, he's a legend, Canadian, he's a prominent sports Canadian icon legend, Steve Armitage, and like he said, the CFL has to realize what they're really selling is entertainment and excitement. That's exactly, he said, what my Spyder CFL Red Zone will do, and it'll make our game a lot more better, a lot better than it is, way better brand of CFL 3-down football to watch and be part of. And not only that, our third down, my CFL Red Zone rule would put a signature in our third down and give it a real purpose and meaning, and blow the fourth down. That's, come on, too many downs in the red zone, 4 downs, too many downs to score a touchdown. 2 downs, boring 2 down, second down stops in the red zone of CFL, resulting in more non-eventful, easy chipped up field goals. Will be both totally eliminate my CFL Red Zone rule. What a huge selling feature that is! Can you imagine that? And so the ideal amount of downs is not 4, not 2, is 3. If my Spyder CFL Red Zone rule, that's what's so unbelievable about it. So all CFL teams will be playing exciting CFL 3-down football, and the red zone, the third downs need to score a touchdown. And with my guaranteed 18%, 50 more touchdowns scored in the red zone amongst 9 CFL teams in a regular CFL season with my Spyder CFL Red Zone rule. What a super exciting, unbelievable, powerful, tailor-made, naturally tailor-made for CFL 3-down football selling feature to sell CFL 3-down football. What a powerful feature, and it will be more powerful down or 3rd down than the 4 down, and the NFL 4th down, and that's the advantage they'll have, okay, and which they won't be able to steal. So you go over all my 10 key compelling features and benefits. That's part of it. The NFL unequivocally will not be able to steal my CFL Red Zone rule because it doesn't work with 4 downs, and it works naturally, like it's tailor-made for CFL 3-down football, and it's a game changer and a winner, and it will like be the biggest down in all professional football, and most exciting down, most entertaining down, and most dramatic down too, and most innovative down, okay, in the game of football. And it will put CFL 3-down game on the map, okay, internationally too. It's that powerful of a rule. So Johnson, I'm going to be hammering you on it. And Johnson, I'll tell you what else you got to do, Mr. Johnson, the new president. You have to have a game of the week, feature a game of the week, okay, every week. Put emphasis on it. Promote it. You have to have a panel where you go over the week before and talk about the games coming up, okay? CFL, okay? Weekend review, whatever, call it that. You have to have that regularly on TSN. And, you know, streaming could be a possibility to branch out. I don't know what Videotron, the owner of the Montreal Alouettes, probably wants to, you know, have Alouettes games, CFL games on his, that could be a possibility. I mean, I don't think there should be exclusivity for TSN, but they should have majority, you know, in the high 90%, 95 to 90% of the games, probably 95%. But that's why you need a 10th team. And here's another thing, Mr. Johnson, you have to have a 10th team. You got to go after Halifax. And I got some interesting things I want to tell you about what's going on with this possible stadium in Halifax with the Wanderers grounds, okay? And what's going on with a possible CFL franchise still in Halifax. Coming up my next session, you'll be really interested to hear about it. In the case of Johnson, you have to really work hard to get a 10th team because there's more revenue, and you move the season back. Okay, 2 more weeks, the Grey Cup to the end of October. Okay, in better weather, and bring in 5 teams. You have more games to broadcast, more revenue, and that's why it's important to move on it fast, Mr. Johnson, because of the new Players Association. Those bunch of I shouldn't say anything, but I have no respect for them at all. None of them. Okay, because they're only out for themselves. They don't care about the CFL fans. They don't care about the CFL. The Canadian players that majority make up, that had a majority vote of the Canadian Players Association, they only care about themselves. That's why they want 1-year contracts, and when they go to the NFL, they only use the CFL and use it as a backup. And the Canadian ratio has to go, Johnson. You hearing me? 1-year contracts got to go. You got to bring in contracts that they have to commit to. Okay, 2 to 3-year contracts. Okay, you have to have a game of the week, and you have to have a CFL week broadcast too. You need my Spyder CFL Red Zone rule, and I'm going to really be hammering home to you. And I'll be calling your office if you don't get back to me. Okay, none more of this political garbage going on with the players. With the CFL Rules Committee that are jealous of my CFL Red Zone rule. None of that going on. Ego and jealousy. That's what Steve Marmoncy says, the only reason it would never be adopted. That's the only reason. Because it's not their baby, and they're jealous, and because they're high egos, and because they didn't come up with themselves. Imagine that. So they come up with a ridiculous hash pipe rule. So, Mr. Johnson, you've got to remove that. That's so gimmicky and ridiculous, does nothing but increase 2 and outs. And replace it with my Spyder CFL Red Zone rule. That's what you have to do. I hope you're hearing me. And the players have to practice more than 4.5 hours a day, including meeting sessions and travel. That's ridiculous. The NFL practice 8. They have to practice like 6 hours. That has to be changed. Okay? And you have to, like, you know, all these soccer, like now female soccer, semi-pro so-called leagues coming in Calgary, pushing them around. They can't even train the first day of training camp on May 11th. May 11th, and you know, they're going to have to remove all the logos and everything. Like, no. okay, Johnson, all CFL logos have to be on CFL field. Screw the soccer people. The CFL pays more rent. You have to dress up CFL home fields with their logos at center field and the end zone. Are you hearing me, Mr. Johnson? And you can't be pushed around. You have to have some authority. And the CFL owners got to smarten up. They have to smarten up. Brand your product. You got to market your product a lot better. You got to go after the younger generation fans, okay? And all the NFL only fans in Canada, all the general sports fans in general in Canada, they all would love my CFL Red Zone wool and want it and be blown away and be one adopted by the CFL, wisely adopted by the CFL. I can guarantee you that, Mr. Johnson. So you got work to do, Mr. Johnson. You got a lot of work to do, and you have to do it. Or you'll be a loser too. You'll be useless too, and the CFL will go down. Because if you don't make those necessary changes, the CFL will go down, guaranteed. And bring in the Spyder cam, in all CFL games, or the game of the week at least, okay? And then of course playoffs, okay? Okay, okay. You got a picture there. It timed out. Okay, that's all right. Okay, well, I'm almost finished anyway. I only have a minute left. So anyway. I'm coming back with another one, and sometimes when I want to show a video, whatever, I have the Chromecast up to do it on the monitor, and then other times I'll just put the graphics up, okay? Because I don't like it going to that, okay? It times out, okay? You know, it times out. But anyway, so it is what it is, and I'm back, and I'm coming back with another one, and what it's going to be about is Halifax. Is there a chance that the new commissioner will come down here and make it work with Houston? I'm not going to tell you what's going on, what I'm hearing, what's going on, and what could take place. But I will fill you in next session, and I'll talk also about Calgary's Stampede Bowl. Okay, that and the 2026 Grey Cup as well. That I'm going to be going to, okay, with my son, and I'm going to be promoting my CFL Red Zone rule like crazy. Hopefully, by then, it'll be adopted by the CFL, wisely adopted. Oh, Glenn Souther said, oh, don't bring any new rule changes, and yeah, oh yeah, Glenn Souther, what about my CFL Red Zone rule? You're biased too.